Well, welcome back to Cabra Bowls for the inaugural Para Test Series, the KENO New South Wales Blues versus Queensland. It's the start of the second test, session 1 this afternoon, session 2, of course, tomorrow morning. The women's test series, New South Wales started with a victory, 3 wins to 2 over Queensland, and the men, well, 2 wins and a draw. 2 wins to each team and a draw, so all square. Look at the team list. Our streaming match: Anthony Brown, Ryan Wood taking on Brett Sellars, Damien Delgado in the men's triples. Michael Basalo, Aaron Kelly, and James Reynolds. They're taking on Wesley Brown, Tony Bonnell, and Clive Williams. The women's pairs: Simone Smith, Christine Constable up against Cheryl Linfield and Trish Spicer. While completing this first session of the second test, Kathleen Wilton, Gail Schultz, and Carolyn Nelson. They're taking on Louise Hoskins, Caitlin Smith, and Serena Bonnell. Just waiting for the signal of time to commence this match, because we are playing to a 2-hour time limit, 15 ends of 3 bowl pairs. Respot in place. So if a jack is set in motion and goes out of bounds or goes over the face of the bank, rebounds to a distance of less than 18 metres, the jack is not dead, but is respotted at the tee and play continues. So just waiting for a couple of the rinks to finish their second trial end, and the hooter will sound and we'll be underway. It's the third match today for these players. Reminder, we'll be back tomorrow from 8:45 a.m. 3 more matches tomorrow. Glorious day here at Cabra Bowls. The rain overnight, I reckon, would have just about evaporated off the surface. Picking up a little bit of pace. We'll pick up pace this afternoon. Bad news, tomorrow's forecast is not so healthy. We're expecting a bit of rain all day. We'll monitor conditions, but we definitely will be live tomorrow no matter what. Should conditions warrant, we'll be playing on the covered artificial green outside the club here. So looking forward to that. If you are looking for the results in the bio, there's a description to go to the results on the Bowls link page for Bowls New South Wales. Just waiting for the hooter to signal time. Anthony Brown waiting on the mat, holding the jack, and there goes the hooter. So Anthony will roll the jack to get us underway. You can see the mat back near the tee, and that jack a long way up the green. And we're underway. Brett Sellars, his opening bowl, he'll draw a shot. Both players just a little bit narrow. I imagine that green has just picked up a little more pace while the players have had their lunch break. Just a little bit of a breeze and bright sunshine will dry any moisture that's left in the surface out. That's a good second bowl from Anthony Brown. Brett Sellars. So Brownie still holding shot. Continues down on the forehand. He'll love to just draw in. A little toucher would be ideal. A lot more finish on it this afternoon than we saw this morning. They were pulling up a little bit quicker than that. Brett Sellars, he'll follow Anthony down on that forehand side. Anthony's last bowl just fell over. Won't change the shot at all. Still that forehand draw. Looks to be on a slightly tight line here, Brett, again, and you see Damien with the left arm out. He'd indicated that it just will rake away now in the last few stages. Ryan Wood on his way to the mat to play his first bowl of this second test. Chance for Ryan to play either hand here. Can play backhand down towards their own bowls, or the open draw on the forehand side. It looks like he's going to opt to play that forehand, just follow Anthony down. Little touches, really good. No problems with either hand. Here, he has not quite popped it out with enough width though. Well, Damien Delgado, fantastic effort that. He's just got the outside of Anthony's bowl. I think it's still shot to the blues. So Ryan Wood definitely playing the forehand now. Wants to just maybe slightly overplay this. He can just rest Damien's bowl or just drift in a little toucher towards Anthony's just to strengthen their position. It's on a very good line for it. That bowl will swing right back. Very well played, Ryan Wood. Great bowl. And gets the thumbs up from Anthony Brown. Damien a little more intent on this, a very narrow line. Hasn't quite increased the speed enough, so it'll cut away. So Ryan's got to decide whether he's going to cover the back, that's all Queensland right to the back right there, or try and draw in. Draw another shot, I think. Very close. I think that means Damien will still try to just reach on his backhand side, left-hander. Has got a wider line. That should come back nicely just to try and sit Ryan's bowl. Just going to get the outside of it. Well, he might have just pushed it enough to get shot. No, one to the Blues to open our scoring. Good line from Anthony Brown to open up at the second end. Very good weight as well. Brett Sellars, he'll follow Anthony down on that line. He's going to grab the jack, take it away. Anthony sticks with his forehand side. He's just looking to draw past his own. There's a nice little path in there round Brett's bowl. Just going to drop shy of that mark. Oh, Brett, he's got another toucher, drags it back towards the ditch. Might see Anthony change hands now. It's our friendly magpie on the green again. A bit of a tight line from Anthony Brown. Just gets the run on his own. Falls a metre or so short of the jack. So Brett Sellars, opening two bowls of touches. Looking to add a third shot here. And through to the ditch. Ryan Wood now, he'll play his first bowl at the second end. Just looking to draw around the bowls around about a metre or so short there on the 2 metre line. And pretty good bowl from Ryan Wood. That'll be very close for shot. Great first up effort. Damien through to the ditch. So Ryan very close with his first. Doesn't need much correction at all. He'd love to get just a tiny little toucher. Or any toucher at all. If he drags that jack, he definitely makes two and strengthens their position. Well, the toucher runs through the ditch. Great bowl. A tough shot here for Damien Delgado. He's got to play to try and reach. Needs to be pretty much spot on. Can run the toucher into the ditch and still be 2 down. But very well played. He's just going to sit the toucher and stay in for shot. Great bowl. Well, I've got the answer. That one's the statement from Damien Delgado there. Ryan Wood pretty much got to play the same shot that Damien just played. Try and push his bowl through. He sits it into the ditch. He could make 3. He's given it a chance. Do think it might be a slightly tight line though. Plenty of traffic in the way on that line. So he's crashed into the shorter bowl. So Damien Delgado's got one. Now he's got to try and draw. He's certainly good enough to do it. But he just says, no, that one will do. So 1 to Queensland, 1 all. Brett Sellars, he'll roll the jack for the start of the third end. Brett Sellars gets our third end underway. Anthony Brown needs to hold and run. Well, he's just got the short one, made it a little bit closer, unfortunately. Brett doesn't need a lot of correction on his previous, just a metre or so. Anthony, I don't think he's corrected his weight. Well, he has. He's just that little bit tight. Jack high, so very good adjustment by Anthony, actually. Brett Sellars, his final bowl of the third end. Looks to be on a pretty good line. All down to speed. And it's pretty good as well. He'll draw the shot. Very good bowl from Brett Sellars. Oh, it needs a bit of good run, but he's got that bowl pretty much flush, turned it up. Damien Delgado, he'll sneak past that. I think he's just got in for another counter. So Ryan Wood be 2 or 3 down. Maybe serve to just try and reach with a bit of certainty. Through there. Get your own up a couple of rolls. Looks like Anthony's saying to play on that hand. Similar idea though, he's using a bit of speed. But we've seen that side of the green little bit of speed, they hang wide. Consistently seen people.
And then put winning method points instead. I'll have a look at it.
Ryan Wood, he switched it over to the other side of the green. He's just trying to arrive, just underdone the weight there. Still looks like 2 to Queensland at the moment. And Brett Sellars just got his indicating jack high there for Damien Delgado to try and draw round the front ones and just sit out a little bit wider, but he's going to be under the target. Might just count anyway. Oh, very close. Yeah, the danger here for Ryan is if he attacked, the jack goes back. If he didn't get a toucher or stay in, could well drop 3 or 4. Blues got nothing past. Just wants to run a bit more than that, though. It's 4 shots. Well, he may as well have had a smack at that to try and open it up. And we're going to go a bit longer now. The match back. See Damien back near the 2 metre mark. Sellars. That's a pretty good start from Brett. Happy with that on the longer end. He's got one there or thereabouts. We're not going to count a shot at the completion of this end, but at the moment is there. Unfortunately for Anthony Brown, he's fallen just a bit short. So Brett Sellars switches over with Anthony's bowl short in the draw line. A little bit long and narrow, but he's up there. At least he's past the jack. Anthony, he's going to play that back side as well. And it's not too bad a correction from Anthony. He'll come in. That'll be close for the shot. Might have just fallen out, unfortunately, for the Blues. So Brett Sellars looking for a yard less weight and a yard more grass. And hasn't quite achieved that. So Brownie just looking for a little more run. has dropped that one a fraction shy as well. Damien Delgado, quite a bit of room to draw. Oh, Ryan Wood, good attempt. He's just going to sail through though. Damien, good correction. He's going to drop in for the shot. What a bowl. Draws pretty much a resting toucher just to throw the pressure back on Ryan. Ryan really needs to get a good second shot here just to limit the damage. And he's got a pretty good correction from his first bowl. That'll drop in for the second. Well played. Damien just a little bit shy with his last bowl, so Ryan maybe just try to sit that shot bowl. Don't want to be too aggressive and take your own out. Just got to be a little under the line, so one further shot to Queensland. They'll go out to a 6-1 lead. Sellars will get our next end underway. Brett Sellars, first bowl of this fifth end. Anthony Brown's opening bowl, just about jack high. Brett's still got the advantage. Looking to add a second. turns his own in behind, maybe opens it a little bit up for the Blues to get a better view. Anthony, looks a little slightly tight line again, just underneath. He's going to finish pretty close to his first bowl. Brett Sellars holding at least one, looking to add another. He wants to be closer to his first bowl's line and length than his second. He is just under the line again. It's not too bad at all. It's in the area. Anthony Brown now just wants to draw the shot. They need to just force their way back into this game a little bit. 6-1 behind after 4. Don't want to let the Queenslanders get too far ahead. This one, very close. He's got the jack, just going to run away from it. Good effort from Anthony. It's a decent start from Damien Delgado, but it's not quite going to change this head enough. Ryan Wood, a little bit of a reach here, just try and take the place of the shot bowl. Well, Anthony, he's got to move away. Yeah, there he goes. Shuffles back out of the way. Good on you, Brownie. Ryan's just slightly underdone the width for that one. Oh, good weight for what he was trying to do. Oh, Damien sat in there brilliantly. What a bowl. He's got 2 out of that now. Ryan, 2 down. Wants to get down to those shot bowls. Little contact on that jack, just drag it back, and he's very, very close. Got the jack. Brilliant bowl. Drags it back. Damien, he might be, he's got to look to draw the shot here. A little touch is not going to hurt, but doesn't want to run past and fall in the ditch. That's a safe bowl. Got the second out of that. He might have been a couple down prior to that bowl, so does force Ryan Wood to just play either side, try and draw a second. No more bowls left after this, so he's got just over a metre to get a second shot. Important for the Blues to grab this and get a second shot. Just minimise that gap. Just has to miss Damien's bowl, and he's gone around it brilliantly. Great bowl, Ryan Wood. 2 shots to the Blues. See on that one on replay, just skirts Damien Delgado's bowl to drop in for a second shot. Right near the tee with that roll. Anthony Brown opens us up on the fourth end, fifth end, sixth end. Let's count it up. We've played 5. It's 3-6. New South Wales trails Queensland. Just under a metre short with that one. Gets a little round of applause from his skipper. We are playing a fairly long end. Blues lead the triples next door, 5-0 after 4. You can see that on the scoreboard while we look at Brett Sellars deliver. Just going to be not quite far enough up to count, so Anthony Brown holding shot. Looks for about a metre on his previous bowl. Just wants to go around his stone. Drop down to the jack. Pretty well played from Anthony. In fact, you don't get much better than that. Anthony Brown, he'll look to repeat the dose of his second bowl, although he's changed hands. Just wants to sneak around. Not a bad effort from Anthony. He's just going to finish behind. Good cover. Brett Sellars. Have a look at Anthony Brown's draw shot. Fantastic effort, that one. Ryan Wood now delivering his opening bowl of N6. Just gets a little fade off Anthony's bowl and ends up at the back. Not too bad a result. Still holding 1. Well, unlucky result for Ryan Wood. He's just bumped the bowls closer. Damien Delgado may decide to be a little aggressive in his approach here. Try and get some contact on one of those bowls and push it onto the shot. Certainly being wheeled in. He's just going to finish at the back again. Yeah, I don't mind that position that Anthony Brown's indicating there for Ryan Wood. Draw around that bowl. If you get one roll on your own bowl, it's good. It's going to end up in the count. If you don't, you're just going to come around and sit in a good position. Much better grass line from Ryan on this one. Very safer line. Just wants that to come around a bit. Yep, pretty good home. Just past Jack High. Damien just wants a slightly tighter line than he had on his previous. Try and get down to those. I think he'll crash on the shorter one. No, he's got to come around. He's got that one in. Well, he's got it and it's fallen over for still one down. It was a great attempt. But one more to the Blues. So 4-6, the Blues trailing after 6 of 15 ends. And we've got the required number of ends in on every single match so far, so the 2-hour time limit's not too harsh. Anthony Brown's opening bowl, just a little bit on the shy side, but pretty good starter. We'll need a decent bowl from Brett Sellars to beat it. So Brett following him down on that backhand side. Wants this to hold on and run. Just going to hit the back of Anthony's bowl, so still 1 New South Wales at this stage. Anthony, well, he's cut his grass a little bit. Don't think that one will count. Brett adds 20 centimetres of weight and he's got the shot. Oh, he's certainly added some weight. Looks like he's going to collect the jack. Well, he's got the edge. It's faded across. It's now gone to Anthony Brown holding 2. And Anthony's going to switch over to the forehand side, try and draw around his own bowls. Ideally, you're going to come in behind the jack, just as a little bit of protection. Yeah, he's going to get the best back, so good home. There's a chance here for Queensland to play a slightly aggressive shot. You can get the split on those 2 Anthony Brown bowls. Run through to the jack. We'll just get rid of them both. Brett Sellars can also draw it round those. Just going to fade that little bit short. The skippers will go up to play. 2 Anthony Brown shot bowls there. Possibility for Damien Delgado to play a little bit of weight through there. Get that bowl. That one will go out. That one will go out. Possibly run through. Drag the jack to your own. Ryan Wood, I think what he'll do, try and play in there, just roll his own around, try and just cover that up. Well, Ryan's opted to go backhand. This holds in, he can get the same sort of achievement. Doesn't want to make it easier. Well, he's popped that bowl in behind, so definitely holding. I think that same shot's still available for Damien Delgado now, but no split available as such. Can get a little stun and run. He's going to be underneath the pack. Well, he's just flipped his own over onto the Blues bowl. So Blues holding 2, possibly 3. Anthony Brown saying to Ryan Wood, draw around, miss that pack, come in and draw a shot. Backhand side. Can turn their own overs, not too bad, but don't want to be too tight and onto the Queensland bowl. It's going to miss and run past, but that's come to a really good home. Great catching area. Means that Damien Delgado's got to get the good result now. He can't just get a result. He's having a crack. Will that swing back? He's got the edge of his own again. Well, I think that's made the Blues position just that little bit stronger. Less of a target there now. Holding, I think it's only 2. Anthony's saying, oh, I'm not sure what that instruction meant. It's a backhand draw for Ryan. Ideally, you'd get around that pack and draw another shot. Don't want to hit the maroon bowls, but your little touch on the blue one's not going to hurt. Ideally, though, going to do this. He's going to come round. Oh, very close to counting. I think it's just out. Well, there is a chance to play a little bit of weight to this and get a result, but there's also a chance that could go very sour. So I think it's just going to try and draw, but he's got a little bit more than draw weight on this. Going to sail past. It's at least 2. We'll have a look for some others. Just a 2 taken from Anthony Brown, but gets us back to all square. So the Blues fighting back. And what was the go-to earlier on for Queensland has become New South Wales go-to, and they're winning a few ends in a row. So Anthony Brown now on the mat. We'll have a look at Anthony Brown's delivery. Anthony Brown in slow-mo. Now holding probably 2 shots. Oop. Sellars back on the mat. This is Anthony at full speed, not the slow speed I replayed him at just a little while ago. Wants this to just hold its line and get down to Brett Sellers' bowl, and Ryan Wood's willing that in. Great effort there from Anthony Brown. Plops and roughs off that bowl. Chap and lie, Scotty should say. Brett Sellers, a couple down. He's just not happy with that one, and obviously why. It's a little bit on the tight side. So we'll watch Anthony's last bowl. And see Ryan Wood willing that in. Ryan Wood, Blues holding a few here. He just wants to get another one into that head. Pretty well played. That'll be a counter. Damien Delgado, a few down. He's been up to the task plenty of times already today. We've seen a number of great bowls from Damien, and this one looks to be slightly tight, but it's holding its line very nicely. It's just going to run. He's going to get the edge of that one and go through. It's only one shot now, according to Anthony Brown. So Ryan Wood, I think he just needs to draw here, add 30 centimetres or so to his previous bowl. Tiny little toucher would be very good. We've seen no bowls out there. That's be a pretty good line, although Anthony's winning it back. Can get a chunk off that. Oh, it's come back nicely anyway. Well, it's sat just in front of Jack High. It might be a bit of a temptation for Damien to just to play a reaching type shot. And we do see quite a tight line from Damien here. Will it hold enough? Yeah, it will. And he's going to take the jack back to Brett Sellers. Great bowl. Damien Delgado. 2 shots to Queensland. 2 bowls left on this head. We've got back to even, and Ryan Wood, he can play here to try and get rid of those 2. Although Queensland's got number 4 and probably number 5. Not too far away. Can he get them both? He's just got the one of them. Does get a little stop as well, so Damien's going to have to try and draw a second, but he is holding the one shot. Played a great conversion to trail the jack to make 2. Ryan Wood got rid of one of them, and he's not going to stop for the second one here. So 1 to Queensland. They lead 7-6 after 8 ends. Well, Brett Sellars play the first bowl of end 9. 15 ends total to be played, or 2 hours time limit, whichever comes first. Just a reminder that the Bowls New South Wales Member Conference has been announced. It'll be held at 23rd of October at Wendy Leagues. Focus on club development. So the Bowls New South Wales Member Conference is back Thursday, October 23 at Wendy Leagues. This year it's all about club development. Join us for a full day of expert insights, practical tools and ready-to-use templates you can take straight back to your club. You'll hear from Bowls New South Wales and leading industry professionals on the strategies that will help your club grow and thrive. It's just not talk. You'll leave with resources you can put into action immediately. Tickets are on sale now. They include morning tea, lunch and social drinks, plus all the take-home templates, information and resources you need to get started straight away. The Bowls New South Wales Member Conference, Thursday, October 23rd at Wendy Leagues. Don't miss it. Register now. Click the link in the description to purchase your tickets today. Plus, I believe we've also announced that we'll have a keynote speaking address from none other than the person who has played the most games for Australia in any sport, our very own Karen Murphy. I think OAM goes on the end of her name as well now. Back to the action, and Anthony Brown, he's claimed the shot. Brett Sellars will try and get it back. Well, I've actually got Karen wrong. Karen Murphy, AM, is the keynote speaker. Somewhat even better than OAM. It's a fantastic day, and you'll get out of that what you put in as well, but plenty of resources and information available for you. A water bowl from Anthony Brown. Anthony looking for his own highlight reel. Played plenty of good ones. And for all you West Dubbo fans, look in the background, you'll see the manager for this series, none other than Deb Brown, one of the wonderful volunteers at West Dubbo, has come on board. One of our usual managers was unable to make it, and the invitation was extended to Deb, who gleefully accepted. She was genuinely honoured to be one of the New South Wales managers. So Ryan Wood holding, well, I reckon it's 3 there at the moment. I think all 3 of Anthony Brown's bowls count. Just wants to hold around that front maroon down to the pack. He's in there very nicely. That's 4. Only problem is he might have just made a little target for this man, who is pretty deadly. Damien Delgado. Well, that hand probably not bending as quickly as you would expect most of the time. He's just got the outside of the furthest blue bowl, still holding 4, I'd imagine that is. Just considering, and I think just try and put pressure of numbers. The only thing you'd be considering is do you cover at the back? Maybe a little toucher, I don't know. It's a tough choice here. You have to respect that Damien Delgado, he's got 1 bowl left. He can do you damage. You do have last bowl to fix it though, so back yourself. And what a bowl from Ryan Wood. That one counts and covers. Well bowled. So the Blues possibly holding 5 shots here. Damien Delgado leading by 1 at the moment. He's going big. Is he close? He's got to peel off that one. Oh, it's got the jack, and well, he's turned 5 down into probably 4 up. Well, that's a bit of blow for the Blues. They couldn't predict that bowl bouncing around in there. Could be 3 or 4 down. I think he's got not much choice. Nearly has to play forehand. You nearly want to play through there. I think that's what Anthony's indicating. A little bit of weight, probably playing back to here. Through that head. Very tough shot to try and draw it around here. That one, you'd have to be precise. At least on this hand, you've got a couple of chances. Now all we need, Brownie, is to get off the line. Camera can't see over you, mate. Yep. Yeah, good fella, that Anthony Brown. He's remembered. So Ryan is lining up on the forehand. Now tough here. He drew 2 shots before. He's got to try and convert back. Damien Delgado played it. Got a fortunate result in one way, but you take them, and well, that hasn't worked out. They're holding 5 to go through, and now it's 4 shots to Queensland. Well, that's a bit of pill. Queensland go to 11. The Blues, well, they were hoping to get all count 6. A little rebound of the jack. Just that little bitter blow. You see this here. The Blues, everything counted. He's got the shot bowl. It's clinked onto the jack. It's bounced off the others. Even if that bounces sideways towards the tee, the Blues have got 2. So a little bit of luck comes from being in about the right area, they're at the right pace. And, well, Damien Delgado, he got the luck, but he gave himself every chance to get that bit of luck. Cannot fault the effort. Ryan Wood, well, I think he gave it a great chance. He just needed the inside of the bowl, unfortunately. He's clumped him into it, and it's rolled around, so a little unlucky. Anthony Brown now on the mat. Still 6 ends to go, and it's 5 shots the difference. And a little toucher for Anthony, well played. You got to wide those things though. It's up to the Blues now to, oh well, they had their little bit of share of luck. How about we get ours? And you need to make sure you've got your bowls in place where you can get that bit of luck. But Brett Sellars, no luck about that. That's a great bowl. Well, pretty close. But just gets the little fade off the shot bowl, runs across. Well, Brett Sellars, you don't need to change anything. You've already played a great bowl. Play it again. If anything, you just want to be a little more weight. So triples next door, the Blues, a healthy lead. Blues lead the women's pairs, but Queensland lead the women's triples. So looks like fairly even in both of the series. 1 apiece as the live ladder would stand. Queensland holding 2 on this rink, but we saw last end the Blues holding 5 with 2 ends to 2 bowls to play in the end, and Queensland got a nice little chunk and converted 5 down to 4 up. And I don't think the Blues could have predicted that bounce of the jack either. They had the spot covered. Even if that jack had a hit half a bowl further across on the bowl, it bounced off, goes towards the tee, and the Blues are 2. But it rattled around into the 4 Queensland bowls, right into the pocket, as neat as you like. Better than a Cameron Smith referee cajole in a state of origin. Oh, decent effort from Ryan Wood, but he's just going to run past. Still a couple to the Queenslanders. I think Ryan's probably just a bit too aggressive with that shot. Trail's available and yet looks good for a greedy 3. But you are 2 down. You have to cut it down as well. So Damien Delgado looks like he's going to run through as well. I do think this green just picked up a bit of pace. The players running through a little more often now. It's reasonably warm outside, not hot, but a little bit of breeze, bit of sunshine, just dried out the surface. Anthony's wheeling this one down. Just going to hold to the back of the shot bowl. It'll cut it down to 1 though. Very good effort. He should have 1 bowl left. And that could be the one to try and play something aggressive unless Damien Delgado gets in and marks it all up on him again. That is a great bowl from Damien Delgado, but he's framed the jack up, so Ryan Wood has got a chance here to go for both of those bowls. Damien's got couple at the back of the ring. Not sure. Is Ryan still on back there? Let's have a look. Yep, so there you go. They've got the back of the rink covered. And that's what Brownie's saying. A little bit of aggression here. If you happen to get the lucky little split and get rid of them both, you got the next 3. If you get the split and carry the jack back, you need it to go back to the ditch. You get 1 or 2, depending whether yours follows. The unfortunate thing would be if you just give it a chunk enough to carry one of them through, but really got to play for it. And, well, he's got the chunk back enough to their bowl. 2 down to 1 down, so good conversion. But it is 1 more to Queensland. They edge ahead 12-6. Well, a little bit unfortunate in one way, but gave it a chance. So we've played 10 ends. We've got 5 to go and 6 shots the difference. Well, the banana benders, they'll be looking to really take a stranglehold on this game over the next couple of ends. That's a phrase that really has dropped out of favour lately, hasn't it? Banana benders. I haven't heard the Queenslanders call that for a while. Interesting though, I'm always going to pick on them for it too. Bowls Queenslanders adopted the kookaburra as their emblem, whereas the kookaburra is the bird emblem of New South Wales. So they've pinched our kookaburra. I do know in the junior series, the junior teams have pinched their kookaburra a few times. The mascots go along. Bit of sport in the junior series is to try and steal the opponent's mascot. Give it back the next day, of course, but hold it for ransom a little. In the past, it may have been frozen into an ice cream tub full of water and handed back as a solid block of ice. No such shenanigans at this series, though. Yet. Anthony holding one, wants to add another one here. Give him credit today. Anthony's played pretty well. There's been a couple of big conversions from Damien Delgado has been the difference, I think. That's another good bowl from Anthony Brown. It's just in behind the jack. Brett Sellars, well, he's punched his own bowl up, and I think that's come in for shot. So, a little bit of luck again, but there is a nice shot there for Anthony Brown to play up on that backhand, just over the draw, turn that bowl through, or just a gentle trail of that jack back to his own bowl, but he's got that bowl on the edge, got the toucher, made a couple. Great bowl, Anthony Brown. We'll watch that one in replay. You see that in replay from Anthony Brown. Just beautifully played. And just to prove that there is a kookaburra, pointed out, there it is sitting under the scoreboard on rink 18. As Ryan Wood plays his backhand down, two Queensland bowls just behind Jack High on that side of the green. He's looking to get to those. Well, he's just underdone the weight. Beautiful line. Damien Delgado, he'll try and beat those bowls on his forehand side. See Brett Sellars with the left arm out, usually indicating that he thinks that bowl needs to swing harder. He's just a fraction wide and fraction long. Ryan, I think he should be trying to set that maroon bowl. If he sits that back one or two rolls, he might bring in another shot. Just try and claim back quite a few of these shots. Down by 6, any big conversion here, and Ryan's given this big chance. He's just going to find the hole. Well, just can't find the right result at the moment. The Blues, Queensland is getting everything. The Blues missing. Hence the difference in the score. Holding a couple, Damien Delgado looks to be on a great line here. He's going to find that hole as well and run through. So, oh, what a good effort from both the skippers, but they've both found the same little gap. And Anthony's saying, arrive to those. Get a couple of rolls out of them. Could well make a few more shots. You're holding 2. Just get a little roll out of that maroon. You might bring in the back one, but you also should just stay for yourself. So Ryan Wood got his leads interest here. Down into the group. Got the edge, sat in. That should be 3. Got the thumbs up from Anthony Brown. But how many fingers, Anthony? Well, the scoreboard now says 10, 12, so it was a 4. Fantastic effort, Ryan Wood. Decent start from Anthony Brown again. Brett Sellars will follow him down on that clubhouse side of this green. And just going to turn away. Brilliant sunshine bathing the greens here at Cabra Bowls for this inaugural Para Test Series between New South Wales and Queensland. KENO New South Wales Blues taking out the women's first test 3-2 and 2.5 victories each. Stalemate between the men in the first of 3 tests. Each test divided into 2 sessions. We're now playing the first session of the second test, which will be completed tomorrow morning, 8:45 a.m. Tomorrow morning, our test 2, session 2, we have triples and 2 singles. And we'll be bringing you the women's triples clash. Great bowl from Anthony Brown. That's Kathleen Wilton, Simone Smith, Christine Constable taking on Louise Hoskins, Caitlin Smith and Cheryl Linfield. So 1 shot to the Blues at least here at the moment. And Brett Sellars not happy with that one. It's just run short and across the face. Ryan Wood will get first use of the mat for the skippers. There's a decent position here for Queensland though with the 2 catching bowls. Those 2 Brett Sellars bowls. Nice little catching area should Damien Delgado play that hand, just get the edge of that, drag the jack across. So I think Ryan Wood should probably try and get some cover. Probably going to have to play the forehand. Probably want to get just around Anthony Brown or even just roll Anthony over. All about having good weight. Just going to run past. Not too bad at home though. He's got that covered. Damien Delgado is lining up. Well, it's his backhand side, but that clubhouse side of the green. He is playing a little positive on a narrow line, but only a little positive. He needs to be a bit more positive or a bit wider with that. Has rolled Anthony Brown up, improved the position for the Blues, just a little. Ryan Wood persisting now with what's his forehand, the clubhouse side of the green, to the left of screen when we switch to the back camera. As I said, I think he wants to just go around Anthony Brown to the back of the green. He's not quite got the intent on that one. Just 2 shots in it. 3 to come after this end. This looks a little closer from Damien. Brett Sellars certainly got some interest, and he got the centre of Anthony's bowl, pumped it through. It's at least 1 for Queensland. Well, there's a shot there for Ryan Wood to play pretty much the same again. Noting that all of these bowls are the Blues. Wants this to really hold on or get some love. He's not going to get that. He's going to run through. So Queensland holding 1 or 2, and there's a chance here for Damien. If it's only 1, just to play that forehand side, confident draw, get a couple inches out of it for a toucher. He could well make 3. Well, safe line. He's not going to move the jack with that line. He may well come in for another shot, though. Very close to it. I don't know, though. I think it's 1 for sure. 2 conceded, so the Queenslanders just edged that little bit further ahead again. 3 ends left to play. Brett Sellars will get us underway for end number 13. Lucky for some. Ten to 4 local time. Sun's just getting a little lower in the towards the horizon by about now. We do need lights on. We do have probably the best lights I've seen on any bowling green at all here at Cabramatta. Told that they're actually meet the standard set by the ICC to play T20 international cricket under. And Anthony Brown, great bowl to start this head. Brett Sellars, his opening effort was pretty good. Anthony Brown's just got the better of it. His second one, good home's just going to run in behind. Good area to miss if you're going to miss. Brownie, quick to get that one away. Looks to be slightly wider line than his previous. Will come back fairly well. It'll be 3rd shot. Brett's going to stop on his own bowl. Still 1 to Anthony Brown. We'll play his 3rd bowl of this end now. It's on its way. Anthony's following it down to the head end. Well, he's got the edge of his own and turned it a little closer, but it's still 1 to the Blues. Queensland got 2nd, and I think they've also got 3rd. Well, chance for Damien Delgado, his first use of this head. He can play this side of the green. Jack back to there. Gives him this bowl and this to count. If he only gets the jack to here, this one comes in. Can also sit that bowl through to stay for shot. And he's on that line, but he's just underneath. They're going to get to his own bowls. Perfect weight for a little trail there. Ryan Wood. Not too unhappy about seeing him play out on that forehand side. He's got the Queensland bowls to rest on. If he does get a little touch on that hand, it goes across their own as long as he doesn't slice. That one's close to second shot. Unfortunate thing is he might have just given a little more ability for Damien Delgado to play out on that side. Another one to stop on. Don't really want to sit jack high and make a shelf for players of this quality. Well, Damien's not mucking around. He's going quick. Can get them both. He's got Ryan's out clean enough. And almost bowled Brett Sellars as well. Same idea now for Ryan Wood. Just a fraction ball grass. Love to just rest on the inside of Brett Sellars' bowl on that left-hand side of the jack as we look at it on this screen. Count and cover. Well, if you're going to get a piece of that jack, you want a big piece. And, well, he's made a couple. Pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised to see Damien Delgado. He might have another rip at this, try and get both of those. He gets both and the jack. It's favourable for him because the respot's his if he gets both of them. And he is going quick again. Anthony marks the toucher. Ryan's bowl's going. Oh, he got them both. Well, I think that's one to Queensland as it stands. Could back yourself to get rid of all of those. Or just draw a shot. He's going to go the draw option. Seen a few aggressive players who would have gone big at those two bowls trying to get rid of all three. Ryan, he's gone just that bit quick, and I think it'll be one to Queensland. It is one more to Queensland. They just edge that bit further ahead with 2 to go. 5 shots the difference, so making it very difficult for the Blues boys to try and catch up. So another reminder that the mixed pairs qualifying entries are now open. Click the link in this YouTube video description to enter. That's the New South Wales State Mixed Pairs. You must be a New South Wales Primary Club member to enter that competition, of course. So apologies if you're watching on from Queensland. We're not going to let you enter our state championships. But qualifying in all 16 of the regions, winners will go on to the state championship finals, which are June, July 2026. And if you're qualifying as one of the 32 mixed pairs who will go through to the state final series in that event, you'll be probably able to say hello to Anthony Brown there, because of course Anthony is the bowls coordinator at Club Dubbo, home of the West Dubbo Roos, our main host club for the 2025-26 New South Wales State Championship Finals, also being played at Macquarie Dubbo and the North Dubbo RSL Sporties, the home of Dubbo City Bowling Club, and with a partnership of the Dubbo Regional Council. We do thank our host clubs and the council for their wonderful support to present the State Championship Finals. 2 years ago at Dubbo. It was probably one of the best state championship final series I've attended. Great crowds, happy people, and some sensational bowls. Of course, Ballina last year, I think the only let down in Ballina, well, this year, was that the weather followed us nastily, as it has for much of this year. But, fantastic venues, Ballina, Lennox Head and Alstonville Plateau. Again, sensational event. Just a bit of rain dampened spirits. Congratulations to those who have qualified. Our state championship final series draws and complete schedule will be online soon, but the dates, I believe, are actually online now. Brett Sellars holding a couple. Anthony a bit wayward this end. He has been spot on of recent times. Queenslanders have just managed to dampen the spirits a little because they've been able to convert those heads. Last chance on this second last end for Anthony Brown. They need 5 shots, so really need Anthony to be in there. He's not happy with that. Very scattered head. That's probably the poorest head we've had in this match from the leads. Getting towards the end of a long day, though. This is their third match of the day. Each one close to 2 hours in duration, so played plenty of bowls. Big day for the little fella. Damien Delgado holding, well, probably 3. Admittedly not 3 great shots, but he's going to add to that count. And it's probably going to look pretty ugly from the head for Ryan Wood. He's just got to close both eyes, sort of thing. He's just got to pick his line, try and play and ignore all the short detritus in the way. And just hope he manages to pilot through the holes. He wants to just go around the short one on the centre line. He's going to come underneath. Well, he's going to go close to getting shot. Well, there's only one down now, says Anthony Brown. So the one, I think it's the one just about jack high. Or is it the Damien Delgado bowl? Good thing for Damien is he can play that hand with a lot of confidence. They're all his on their way in there. He's not sent that one at all. And that's the other hand also got blockages in it now. So Ryan Wood just needs to find the port out there. And he's on a much better line to do that with this bowl. Just needs to stop. And I think he might have run through a little too far. No indication from Anthony. Damien might. No, he's going to draw back here. Forehand again. Just wondered whether Brett was tempting him to have a crack at that blue bowl that's just about jack high, but Damien only needs to chunk one of those, and he has. That's made it easily the shot. Possibly 2. Well, your second last end, if you drop anything more than 1 here, you're definitely gone. And even if you drop 1, you need a full count on that last end to draw. So Now's the time to play something. There is a backhand shot here for Ryan. Come through that hole. There's your jack. If you can get that, you get the edge of that bowl and follow through. Jack comes through to here. You're going to follow that through, and there's 1, 2, and your own bowl comes through for 3. That's about the only way I can see him making some shots. And really, you need to get yourself within. You don't want to be chasing 3 or more in the last end. You've only got 6 bowls. If you've got to make half of them count, you're under a lot of pressure to start with. So, must try to play some sort of conversion shot here. He is going on that backhand side. Wants to play, well, really, he can play up to 6 or 8 feet, 2.5 metres weight. As long as he gets the jack and gets the edge of that bowl and follows through. He's very narrow, though. Needs a lot of luck here. And, well, he might have got his own nearest bowl. Doesn't really matter. I think he was already a couple down. It's going to be 2 more. So Queensland definitely going to win this rubber of the opening session of the second test. Brett Sellars, all they're looking for now is margin. Don't forget, if we are tied overall, the series can be decided on overall margin. So important for the Blues to try and win this end, and equally for Queensland. Blues had the better of the margin in the first test by a grand total of 3 shots. Brett Sellars, opening bowl. Well, Anthony, can he finish this televised match with a little flurry of good bowls? One would hope so, for the sake of the Blues. You also want to finish strongly because you're going into tomorrow's test. If you finish strongly, it's just going to give you a bit of confidence. And that's a pretty good bowl from Anthony Brown. Brett Sellars. Well, there is good reason to be positive here. He can reach up to Anthony's bowl, get the sit, get the trail. He's got the push up to jack high. May well have got shot out of that as well. Anthony's going to stick with his hand he was on. Got a bit of a narrow line. Going to go under that head. As long as it finishes behind, it's pretty good. Damien's had a look. There's a nice shot there for Brett to play through his own bowl. Little touch of that jack back towards the tee. Trail it for 2, turn your own up for 2. Nice confident draw. You're only playing a foot over, if that. 30 centimetres or so. Not looking to make any big changes. The idea is if you miss, you go another bowl back on the tee to give your skipper, Damien, more chances to convert. That's pretty well played. Yep, in a good place. That's actually the shot. That does limit the Blues' chances as well, so Ryan's going to get him to play backhand through the head. Well, can get a winner off his own bowl. And pretty good playing. Well done, Anthony Brown. His last bowl of this first session of the second test. He's got the shot. I think we need someone to give Ryan a hand. He's got it. Good. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, 8:45, we'll kick off with the second session of this second test. And tomorrow morning, it's women's triples. So Kathleen Wilton, Simone Smith and Christine Constable, the KENO New South Wales Blues, taking on Queensland's Louise Hoskins, Caitlin Smith and Cheryl Linfield. Damien Delgado, he's out. Trying to just ease down to the jack. Little toucher is huge for them. He can get some love there, but he's got the jack. Oh, and it's bounced off the back bowl back to Anthony Brown. So Anthony's bowl still holding. Ryan Wood, yep. Don't mind the call from Anthony there, drawing to that back group. Needs to just hold its line a bit longer. Well, he might have just drawn in for a shot. Brilliant bowl, Ryan Wood. Well, it's been a pretty good finish for the Blues. They've given themselves a chance here. But this man, Damien Delgado, he keeps turning things around. I think he's been the difference in this match so far. Just a couple of bowls where he's got the perfect result. Just outside drawing that one. He probably fallen in for second. Ryan, does he try and sit that one through? It's just in front of Jack. I think he's going to just give it a go. Well, there's no pressure here. It's not going to change the overall result. So you're just looking for a margin. You may as well have a crack. You play it. You give yourself a lot of confidence going in tomorrow. He's slightly under the line. That's a good result, though. He's giving him another one in that head. Push one of the Queenslands out. They'll come up and have a look at this. Well, Damien can play just good weight. You've got a couple of options. You can try and come in. Well, let's get rid of the numbers. You can come in here. Try and roll these bowls over and get the movement of the jack out towards your own. Or you can just play over the draw. You look at the inside of this edge. You're coming onto the jack. That's coming back here. You've got 1, 2, 3. 2, 3 to Blues 1 there. Damien, he's going that, well, it's his forehand. So he's looking to get off the inside of his own bowl. Slightly reaching shot. Can make contact with the Blues bowl at the front too. He got his own out, so he's removed one of the Blues bowls, turned out his own. New South Wales holding 2. 1 bowl left to play, so the Blues have 2. Ryan Wood, he's just going to try and add another. I'd say it's a nice draw in here. Just sit off the inside of that bowl. If you get the inside edge of that, it'll roll you in, or you sit on that bowl and come in. Don't be narrow onto the 2 shot bowls. You've got a chance just to positive draw out to those. Little tiny feather on either one, you should fall in. Give yourself a chance. No harm, no foul if you're wide and don't count. Very much harm, foul if you narrow and give it away. So he is going backhand. as suggested, has been a little narrow on that hand a couple of times, and that one's narrow too. And it's going underneath everything. So it'll be 2 to the Blues to finish off the match. Final score 17-12 in favour of Queensland over New South Wales. Keep an eye on the other rinks' scores. In the current session, James Reynolds leads Williams 15-7 after 12 ends. New South Wales leading the women's pairs 14-2, but trailing the women's triples 19-3. So 1-1 there likelihood and 1-1 in the men likely. So been a fantastic afternoon. Don't forget to subscribe and follow Bowls New South Wales on YouTube to see more of the action. But in the meantime, we thank you for your company this afternoon. Look forward to you tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye for now.